Okay, we are going to compare proportional and non-proportional relationships in this section. We are going to skip some sections, so be prepared for that. So first, let's look at Kelly and Grace. Okay, so let's look and see which one's traveling faster. You can look a couple ways. Um, so if you find two good points on Kelly's line here, and you compare or travel between them. So you're going to go up 20, 40, 60, 20, 40, 60. That's your y, and over 1. So remember, our rate is the change in y over the change in x. So Kelly is 60 over 1, or 60 miles per hour. So let's look for two good points on Grace's. So we did this on the IXL. So you're going to go up 20, 40, 60 over 1. It's y over x again. And then Kelly is also 61 over 1. So even though those graphs start at different places, they both still are going 60 miles per hour. So let's just take a look at Kelly's or Grace's graph. We're not going to do Kelly's today. We're just going to look at Grace's. So Grace starts at 0, and when she is at 0, she has not gone any closer to the camp yet. So she starts at the origin. At 1 hour, she has traveled 60. So there's your unit right there. So right here, 60. So at 2 hours, she's going to go 60 more, or 120, still going 60 miles per hour. 3 hours, she's going to have gone 60 more, 180. That rate is still constant. And then if you divide that 240 by our rate, she's been driving for 4 hours, still going. Both of them are driving are constant. Okay, so I want you now to skip to D. I told you we were going to skip around. We talked about what makes a relationship proportional. We said it has to be a straight line, it has to be a constant rate. The most important thing when looking at these is it has to go through the origin. So if you look at these two girls, only one of their trips goes through the origin, and that's Grace. So D said, describe why Kelly's driving relationship is not proportional. Well, Kelly's line or Kelly's graph doesn't go through the origin. So in order for the relationship to be proportional, the graph has to go through the origin. Okay? All right. Let's go to the equations, letter F. So all of the equations that we have been writing equations in this format. Y equals the unit rate times X. So now we're going to change a couple of them. So we can do that with Grace's. This is for proportional relationships. So we said Grace's rate was 60 miles per hour. So Grace's equation is y equals 60x. But we have to do something different with Kelly's because she doesn't start at 0. So when your line or when your relationship does not start at 0, your equation is going to look like this. Y equals the unit rate times x. Hold on, let me erase. So the unit rate times x. Then we're going to add the starting point. And let me give you another version of this. You're going to see this over and over. Y equals mx plus b. That m is the rate, and the b is going to be the starting point, or the place where your graph crosses the y-axis. Okay, So in Kelly's case, that's right here at 80. So we have y equals 60x, just like Grace's, but we have to show that she started 80 miles an hour, 80 miles from the camp, closer. So her equation is y equals 60x plus 80. All right, let's look at another example. Agatha makes $26 for selling 13 bags of popcorn at the county fair. Describe the rate of change for this relationship. If she makes $26 selling one, or selling 13, how much does she make for selling one? Well, we are going to take that 26 total and we're going to divide it by the 13 bags to get $2 per bag. That is her unit rate. Okay, so let's complete the table. This will be the dollars, and this will be, no, this will be the dollar, sorry, the Y, and this is the number of bags. Okay, so if she doesn't sell any, she doesn't get any money. If she sells one, we said our unit rate was $2, so that's $2. If she sells two, she makes $4. If she sells three, she gets $6. Okay? So remember, your dollars goes on the Y and your number of bags is on the X. So let's plot. I'm going to skip every other one, but I'm going to go by one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so 0, 0, 1 she makes 2, 2 she makes 4, 3 she makes 6. Okay, so let's write an equation that represents the relationship between the number of bags that Agatha sells, X, and the amount of money she makes, Y. So she starts at 0, so we want this format. Since she starts at 0, we won't need a new starting point, and her rate is $2 per bag, so Y equals 2X. There is her equation. All right, at a different fair, Fitz gets paid $8 a day just for showing up and $2 for every bag of popcorn he has. So the rate is, they already give us the rate, one bag is $2. So again, that's $2 per bag, same rate. Okay, this is different because he doesn't have to sell any bags and he's already brought in $8. Okay, after one bag, he has that $8 and he gets two more for the popcorn, so he's at $10. After two bags, he gets that initial 8 and then he gets 12. Two more for the second bag, and three bags, he gets $6 for those three bags and the 8, which brings us to 14. Okay, so if we graph this on the same graph, I'll show you the comparison. Hold on, let me put my intervals. This time, we don't start at 0, we start at 8. We start at 0, 8. Then is 1, 10, and 2, 12, and 3, 14. So those lines have the same rate. They're parallel to each other, but one of them starts ahead of the other one with $8, while Agatha starts with 0. All right? So we did that. D, highlight on the graph where you can see the rate of change. So here's the rate of change, up 2 over 1. Same here, up 2 over 1. That's where you can see that on the graph. All right, so let's write an equation. So we know, looking for this format, where M is the rate of change and B is the starting point or the place the graph touches the y-axis. So we know the rate of change is 2. It's $2 per bag. And Fitz started on 8. And he started with that original $8 just for coming to work. So that's how that is. So let's make a chart here that has two sentences that explain the similarities and the differences between Fitz's relationship and Agatha's relationship. So a similarity is they both get $2 a bag. Another thing is it's always $2. It doesn't change. You don't get $3 one time. So the rate of change is constant. The difference here is Fitz gets $8 just for coming to work. And it means that Fitz's graph starts at 8. It also means that Fitz's graph is not proportional because it doesn't go through 0. It starts at 8. Okay, that's it for now.